Welcome to Malcom Reed's How to Barbecue Right, a podcast where we talk about barbecue, share recipes, and discuss all things delicious. And now, here's your host, Malcom and Rachelle Reed.
Hey, welcome back to the How to Barbecue Right podcast. I'm your host, Malcom Reed. I'm joined by my lovely wife, Shell, Miss Southern Shell on Instagram, and we got Heath Riles hanging out with us today, fresh off a huge win last week up in Murfreesboro. Heath, how you doing, man?
Well, I'm not going to lie, I'm still a little tired.
You ought to be, man. After cooking a double contest like that and killing it, you deserve a little break. You going to take one?
Nope, I'm going to get it fine.
You got to stay on the road.
Yeah.
Shell, what do you want to talk about this week? I know we got Heath in, so we got to find out all about a dual contest and all that stuff.
Yeah. First, I want to talk about Murfreesboro. How was it this year?
Excellent. I kind of felt like that it was even better than past years for some reason. It was just, from the time we pulled up to the time we left, it was just an incredible, spirit over the whole thing. It was just really, the hospitality, is always bar none at Murfreesboro. And I always say when I quit cooking, I'll still go to Murfreesboro every year. It's just one of those deals.
It's been one of my favorite contests for a long time. You got the Jack, you got Murfreesboro, Memphis and May, but Amy and Mike roll it out up there, and they take it from a competitor side. So they really try to roll out the carpet for the competitors. They want to make it fun to cook. They give you the best goodie bag, goodie bushel in the contest.
Ice cold Budweiser, charcoal,
basket of apples,
liquor, apples.
You name it, it's in there.
Fresh cookies that I did eat.
They're always good.
It was just incredible.
So for folks out there that don't know what a dual contest is, why don't you tell us what they got going on in Murfreesboro, Illinois?
Well, it's kind of unique. Murfreesboro was one of the first ones that started the whole dual contest thing. And it's where you have an MBN contest and a KCBS contest the same weekend.
Same day.
The same day. And they actually do an SCA on Friday night.
So it's really a triple. It's not even a dual.
And I don't believe there's any other contests like that because South Haven don't do a state. And
there's other. You get KCBS contests that'll double up where you can get double points. I know there's some over in Georgia, and there's some other places. You don't really see double MBN contest ever.
No,
they're always single events one weekend.
I'd like to do it double.
That'd be a tough one.
One weekend they done one years ago with Tennessee Fun Fest when it was so hot. They done the Invitational and
That's when I quit cooking. That's when I quit cooking that one, man.
I didn't cook that either. That was kind of right when I was getting into it, and that was a pretty cool deal. But I'd like to do that.
I would like to see one of those. You got to think if you're cooking hogs, back-to-back hogs for one thing would be tough. Ribs wouldn't be that bad. Pork butt you can do, but doing two hogs one day, do a hog one day and then turn around and do another hog the next day, you would be spent, man. You'd be physically wore out.
The time you're supposed to be prepping the hogs when your on site is for the other, could you prep it two hogs on Friday?
Well, I'm kind of lazy now. I've taught TK up at Raymond's how to trim a hog, and
so you pick it up ready to go.
I pick it up ready to go. All I have to do is go and inject it, and it's ready to go. And it's well worth the $90 to trim a hog.
So it doesn't take you that long, really, to get that hog ready. You're talking less than an hour.
Well, and that's the big key to any barbecue contest is being prepared. As we all know, I trimmed my chicken last week. I trimmed ribs last week. I've done everything. Had it vacuum sealed, ready to go. TK trimmed my shoulders for me up there and my hog. And really the only thing I had to do was kind of shape my money muscles on my butts for the KCBS side. And so it was kind of, I'm not going to say easy, but it made it a lot better than it used to be having to trim all that, on site.
I guarantee it wasn't easy.
No, it was not easy.
So the double contest, well, let's talk about a single first. It's usually just you and your wife, Candace.
A lot of times, yeah.
But for one of these, you have to bring out some help. To make all those parts work, to hit the turn-ins, you're talking 7 turn-ins?
7 turn-ins, and I honestly, I don't
do
cook
all
hog.
3
I don't cook hog a lot anymore. I only cook it at what I call the big 3, which is South Haven, Murfreesboro, and Arlington. And it's because they pay a lot of money.
Yeah.
And if it don't pay a lot of money, it's kind of not worth cooking whole hog, in my opinion. $500 is not worth killing yourself.
It's always expensive.
Yeah, it's just not worth it. And so, I did. My buddy Mitchell Bedwell from Georgia flew in. He's a KCBS master judge, and he flew in and helped me. And of course, Kevin O'Sullivan pulled my hog cooker up and went with us. And so it was just us four. And we actually ended up. We were so tired on Saturday. We hired a couple guys up there to help us clean up and break down. Yes, it was well worth the $40.
Spent some of that winnings money right out the gate.
Well, you got to think, breaking that whole hog down, what's left of it on the cooker, and cleaning up a hog cooker is hard.
Did you give it away? Did you bring it back home, or what did you do?
Yeah, I give it away. The hog I give away.
Yeah,
I did. I vacuum sealed all my pork on Monday night.
Brought it back home, put it on ice, and brought it back home.
We shredded it all up there, had them do it, put it in a big Ziploc bag, and then I come home and put it all in pre-portion sizes and vacuum sealed it. And
what are you saving that for?
I have no clue. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm really not going to eat it.
I bet you have a freezer full of leftover pork from contests.
Not just one freezer, 3.
Yeah, and that's all winning pork too. It ain't like it's just some of those scrub stuff you're cooking for the masses.
I give it to friends and stuff, and my mom, I carry her some, and everybody's always wanting some barbecue, the neighbors or somebody. And so the guy that details my truck, he's like, he calls me Barbecue King. He's like, Barbecue King, hey, barbecue. I said, I'll be right back. I give him a bag of frozen meat. I do it to where, it's a meal for 2.
Yeah.
In a vacuum bag. So I'm not giving away that much, but it just kind of feels like it's more impressionable when you do give them some award-winning barbecue.
Oh, heck yeah. You need to starting a bidding war on it. Then this is first place pork at Murfreesboro, or you get those first place ribs. People pay good money to try that.
So did you take both trailers up there? You took 2?
I did. I took my hog cooking trailer, my small one, that's my hog cooker's mounted on, and my new trailer that I just got last week.
We're going to talk about that after a while because I'm wanting one bad. And I got Shell gave me the green light.
He's had the green light.
I just got to pull the trigger.
He can't make his mind up.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I've built probably, 4 now?
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah, it is hard.
It's hard.
To make decisions?
You think you remembered everything you want in one until you get it. Just like this one I got. And I know we're going to talk about that later. But
let's go back to what it takes to do that double contest. So for the MBN side of it, that's the Memphis Barbecue Network. You're cooking hog, cooking whole shoulders, and you're cooking ribs, right?
I
am.
So
let's tell us what all goes into getting the mindset for that double, because they change your time and stuff up. Right?
Actually, they moved the MBN times down to 9:30, 10:30, 11:30. KCBS times are regular 12, 12:30, 1, 1:30. Final started at 1:30, so it only affect one hog team.
Yeah.
And so they went in, and whoever was doing the duel, they made them the last hog team, which was at 2:10. And so it didn't affect me at all as far as times intertwining. Just being sure you put on your MBN meat 30 minutes early is all you really had to do. And, the temperature is a lot cooler up there at night than it has been around here. And I put my shoulders on like normal about 3 o'clock. And my shoulders come off the grill between 1:30 and 3, every one of them. And so that was kind of crazy. So I didn't get any sleep. I was by myself in the trailer.
1:30
1:30 in the morning.
Okay.
So about the time I would doze back off is when another shoulder alarm would go off, and I would get up and cambro it. And so it just went on till 3. Well, I had my alarm set to get up at 5 anyway, to start laying out ribs and letting them come to room temp and all that. And it was hard. I don't know why it was hard. It took a toll on me.
So
you didn't get any sleep?
No.
So what'd you cook? You cook Cheshire this time?
I did cook Cheshire. I think that's the only thing to cook.
Really?
It's done me right. It really has. It's done me right. I cannot complain about Cheshire Farms whatsoever.
What size hog did you cook this week?
It was 139.
Did it get done early, or where did it come in?
No.
That's when you got it.
I kind of, I've always used fat caps underneath my hog off the shoulders, kind of protect the loin on the bottom. And so when I wrapped this time, I actually throwed some bags of ice on top of the loin inside the cooker to try that. And it slowed my loin way down. And so I backed the cooker down from 265, what I was cooking at, to 235, because I was about 155 degrees on the, 150, 145, 150 on the shoulders and hams when I wrapped at 11. And and it slowed it down enough that when I pulled for the blind box the next morning, it was 143 degrees.
Oh.
It was dead.
That's perfect.
Funny.
So what time did you put it on?
I did not light the grill up till 4, and it was cold when I lit it. Didn't get up to temp till about 6.
You started basting it every hour or so?
About every hour and a half.
And then wrapped it at midnight? Or
11.
11.
Yeah, I wrapped it a little bit early. Had good color where I wanted it at. Nice. I mean, excellent color. And
did you run temp probes that whole time, or did you just?
No, I didn't. I just go by feel. Honestly,
Yeah.
I don't temp it till I temp it when I wrap it just to see where it's at. If it's where it always usually is, and then I check it the next morning at 6 a.m.
Did you leave those ice bags with water on there?
I didn't melt the bags or anything.
Really?
They were just water when I opened up the cooker the next morning.
So when you wrapped
after I wrapped the foil on top of it, I laid 5 bags of ice.
Like big bags?
Big bags on top of the loin. I stacked them up 3 and 2.
Over the foil, not in the foil.
And it was almost touching the top of the cooker.
Wow.
And so it just stopped that loin, and as that water kind of melted, it just surrounded around that loin. And
it all drains down into the water pan anyway. So
it was still in the bags. The bags never busted. It was weird.
Yeah.
And I took the bags out the next morning. I mean, it was.
Did you jack the heat up after you wrapped? Or did you
No, I lowered it.
You let it stay to 235 the whole time, all night?
Yeah, I did. She run like a breeze with that guru on it. Like a breeze.
Yeah. So what was your shoulders and ham sitting at?
I cooked them on my deep south. Or are you talking about on the hog?
Yeah.
When I wrapped about 150, 145, 150, 155, depending on which, the back side of the hog, the front side was right. Pros. And,
is this a backwoods?
Yeah, that's a backwoods whole hog cooker. And so I cooked the hog on it, and then I had a deep south 42 it running. It cooked my shoulders, my brisket, and my butts. I had 9 full pans in it with the meat on racks.
That is jam packed.
And I had my old hickory CTO that cooked all the ribs on. And
spares and loin backs.
Spares and loin backs, and I did not touch them. Candace cooked every one of them.
Really?
I did not.
So you got to give her credit.
I got to give her credit. She done every bit of it.
Even the NBN ones.
She does the NBNs all the time when she's there, but she done the KCBS ones to a T and pulled them, and they were perfect. And when it got down to finals, talking about the ribs, I kind of thought they might be a little tight, But once I glazed them up and put my hands on them, I could take, when we got the ribs to the table, and push all the bones out of a slab of ribs, pick it up, and then lay it back on the plate, put all the bones back in it.
Did you do that in your presentation?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And that's a ballsy move.
Yeah.
I took it and made it like an accordion,
With no bones in it?
No bones in it. I could take that and lay it back down. And then I put the bones back in and picked it up. Then I'd break it apart, and all the bones would stay in because I laid it on the plate.
Holy smokes.
And I had some finals judges tell me they'd never seen anything like that.
I've never heard of it.
And I said, I'm going to be honest with you, I've only been able to do it one other time.
Yeah.
And I mean, they were just incredible.
So the stars just aligned on that.
They lined up. They were perfect. And, going against Lonnie from Bubba's Grills, he had a first hog.
He's a heck of a hog cook.
He's a hell of a hog cook. I mean, he's really good. And he'd come up there, last year was his first year. And me and him have kind of like a little rival, going back and forth of who's going to win.
Was because you go over to Georgia and try.
That's because I went over to Georgia and pegged that jig, and I'm going to making that trek this year.
Are you?
I am. I didn't get to make it last year, and I'm going after it again. I am.
Man, I hope you win it too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's
how many people.
Is that one still NBN?
It is.
Has anybody from Mississippi ever won it except you?
Except me, that's it.
Wow. I mean, there's not many people out of the state of Georgia that win it. It's always a Georgia team.
Me and Pat Burke.
Wow. Man, that's good company right there.
That's good company. It don't get any better.
And we talked about it earlier before we got started. I think Pat's the only one that's been close to winning a duel.
It is.
I know he's he's probably granted
granted an MBN and reserved a KCBS.
At the same day.
Same day. And I done that in 2016 in Virginia. And then I turned around and I set a goal with myself that I wanted to grand 2. And I done it in 2017 at Springfest in South Haven. And to do it locally, I remember you and your brother.
Yes.
When y'all were pulling off in the truck, waving pulled up, and he said, I can't believe you done that.
I forgot about the one in Virginia. I remembered Springfest, but I forgot. So this is your third.
Well, the Virginia one, he was a reserve.
Oh,
he was almost.
Right.
Yeah, we're not going to count that.
Okay.
That was Gaelic.
But still, yeah.
And that's another awesome contest.
Well, we were talking, and somebody's like, Murfreesboro, that's crazy. And I said, well, we had more teams at Springfest. And looking back, I look back, and we had 54 MBN teams, and we had 76 for 75 KCBS teams at Springfest that year.
That was a huge year. That's the first year they did it.
That was a huge year. I mean, it was 56, 57 KCBS teams at Murfreesboro, and it was only like 20 MBNs.
But I got to say, and not to take anything away from Springfest, Murfreesboro, the competition's a little more stiff.
It was. You had the old goat there, Darren Moore. You had Steve Hayes, 1-2 BBQ. You had Smoke Me Silly. You had Rooters and Tooters. You had Hot Coals. I mean,
heavy hitters.
Heavy hitters. There was no jokes there.
Yeah.
I mean,
on the case, the NBA side's the same way.
Oh yeah,
you've got some huge teams like
they travel.
Lonnie.
Yeah.
When Lonnie makes a stretch, when Lonnie rolls up to a contest, it's like you got some hardcore competition.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, and Craig Wilkerson was there. Steamboat, who finaled at Memphis in May, was there.
Is that who come in second?
Yeah, they come in third.
Okay, third.
And so it was good to beat somebody, at final at Memphis in May always,
Right. That's a good test of where you're at. I mean,
barbecue's been good to me. That made my 72nd grand championship since Murfreesboro at 2013.
Wow.
72nd?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a
72.
Lot. That's a refrigerator Perry number. And you're going after one this weekend down in Louisville, right?
I am going after it. Hardcore.
So what do they have going on down there? It's part of that Delta battle.
That Delta battle, they're taking 4 contests, and they're taking your best prelim score, no matter what category it's in, and adding up your best 3, and you win an additional $5,000 and a belt, like a championship belt.
Wrestling, like a wrestling belt. Yeah.
And I actually come up with the idea for the wrestling belt for them on that. Elise had called me before they started that thing a year ago, and I said, it'd be nice to have like a championship belt.
Yeah.
If we do that, we don't, never seen anything like it. And I never have cooked them. I've always cooked 2 and not 3. Well, this year I'm cooking 3, and they made it 4. And so I'm going to see if I can win it in 3 versus everybody else cooking 4 trying to get points for it.
So they're taking your best 3 pretty much, though. They're just dropping one low one.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
You're just not going to drop.
So you do have a chance.
Yeah, I'm just not going to have a drop. I got to do it in 3.
Yeah.
You've already got, this will be number 2, and so you got.
This will be number 2, then I'll have one more Cleveland.
Okay.
In October.
That's a pretty big contest down there. That's the
it is.
Is it pig picking?
No, that was just weekend against Murfreesboro. Cleveland Oktoberfest, which is the second week in October. It's a huge festival, and it's always a good contest. Always.
Yeah, they get a lot of teams. Isn't it associated with Delta State some kind of way? They have a lot of.
Well, no, that was the Delta State this past weekend.
Man, I get confused.
Yeah, it is confused. You got 2 in Cleveland. One was last week with Murfreesboro. So some of the NBA teams went there.
Yeah.
But it just don't pay any money.
Oh, so that's why I split the teams down.
Yeah, that's why I split
because
the teams
there was one down there.
So some of the teams that really didn't want to go against me went to Delta State. I mean, but it's not that so much to me, and I'm running for points this year. But down there, $600 for the grand champion is all it pays. And so that's what 5th place pays at Murfreesboro.
Well, that's tough to cook a hog.
Yeah.
You only got a shot to win $600 total. I mean, for a grand.
I mean, and so I don't know. I want to go where the money's at. I do.
Yeah.
And the prestige.
I don't blame you on that. You got to pay for that trailer, right?
I try to pay for it.
So you sold the other trailer, right?
I did. Big Mo bought it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. I saw you post that, yeah.
He got some good.
He's got it wrapped up now. That was your trailer.
Yeah, my wrap guy actually wrapped it for him.
It looks good.
Yeah, he done a real good job.
You didn't. It wasn't an old trailer.
Well, I'm kind of got the 2-year deal.
You always have a fresh trailer.
I'm a 2-year deal. I'm a 1 year I'm a trailer, and the next year I'm a truck. Then a trailer, then a truck. But this time it's been about 2.5 years I kept that trailer. And I don't know. I kind of, I was cooking 30 to 35 contests a year, and kind of wanted to slow down and wanted something a little smaller. And I'll end up cooking 15 contests this year. And so next year to be somewhere 10, 12, 15. I want 15. I kind of want to enjoy and do a little more fishing like we did this past year, just hanging out. And 15 is not bad out of 52 weekends, but when you start doing 35 and 38 weekends,
it takes a toll.
Cooking, it takes a toll. And so I kind of want to cut back a little bit, but when I do go cook, I still want to have my edge, be competitive. And I hope that don't drop off for a long time.
Yeah.
How is this new trailer smaller?
It is. It's a 28 foot.
Okay. What was the old one?
40 foot.
That's still 8 foot longer than ours. And I've had it since like 2013.
I was going to ask, how long have you had
Yours
that?
are 24 foot.
No, I don't. I think it's a 20-foot box with a V.
Really?
Yeah. We've got like a 7-foot porch, and the rest of it's just like living quarters, kitchen, and it's got the V nose. But
we got to get you a new one.
yeah, I need a 28er. That's what I need.
He can't make up his mind.
Once you see my 28, I think you'll at least go 28. I was going to go 26. I've had a 26 before, but that other 2 foot just, and you really don't need but an 8-foot porch. I want a 10-foot porch. You know.
Yeah, because we're only putting the CTO on.
Yeah, 8-foot porch.
You. So we're used to 7 foot back there. So I know an extra foot will just be extra space.
What do you have on the back of yours right now?
I have a Deep South GC42 and a Hickory CTO.
So going back to last weekend, what was your strongest finish? Was it chicken and KCBS?
Chicken, KCBS.
Oh, what'd you get?
180.
Oh.
Yeah.
And actually,
tell us how you
did it?
Well, I'm going to tell you.
Was it legs?
So it was chicken
legs.
Is
that the picture you posted
it
on
is.
Facebook?
That was the picture I posted. So, I use my honey chipotle and my honey rubs, and I used to always season under the skin and on top of the skin. Well, at Springfest, I said, I'm not seasoning on the skin. My chicken's already got a good enough, spicy bite to it that I'm not doing it. So, stretched my skin down and trimmed off the excess and just seasoned on the outside once I injected my legs. Put them in a pan of butter, cooked them. I got third there, I believe. Well, up in Murfreesboro, done the same thing.
What's your injection?
And
you gonna tell me?
I'm working on a chicken injection.
Oh, are you?
We're going to drop a chicken injection and we're going to drop a brisket injection.
I need you to come do a chicken leg, a comp chicken leg video. That would be an awesome video. I had Eric from Fire Dancer come do thighs on a Jambo. You cooked yours on a Traeger?
On a Traeger.
Yeah. So, man, I got a Traeger right back, man.
Whenever you want to do it.
Yeah. I need to
it's not hard at all. I mean, honestly, it's not.
We can get it, if we can catch one before hunting season gets kicked off too much. Maybe we can.
I know. When it starts, barbecue's going to kind of get a pause break.
Yeah. So got them injected, got them seasoned.
And got them ready to go. And I set them on the counter for about 45 minutes to an hour before it's time to put them on. So I put them on the pellet grill at 275. Just kind of let them get ambient. And I know a lot of people leave them in their fridge to stay ice cold. But my timeline, it depends on the ounce of the leg. And I bought 8 packs of leg, which was 40 legs that I went through. And I wanted to be sure I was within a half ounce of everything. That's just how I do it. Mm-hmm. And I got the best 16 looking legs. And that's what I used. And so got them 8 in each pan. Put them on 275 at 945. They were about 4.5 ounces apiece. And so I put Kevin and Mitchell on checking my legs, and they go 45 minutes, and then I would rotate the pans and spritz them with butter. And then every 20 minutes.
That spray butter?
Spray butter. I can't believe it's not butter is what I use. Well, they kind of got it mixed up. And so for 45 minutes, they sprayed it and rotated, and they want another 45 minutes instead of going 20 minutes. And I don't know if that made the color better on those legs with my honey rub on the outside of it, a little more red.
Yeah, it let it set.
Let it set more, but it was incredible. And
they weren't overcooked?
No, they were, man, when I checked them at 11, I guess it was 11:15 when I checked them, 11:20 when I checked them, what time it was, that I went out and checked them. I said, hey, you can check and see where we at, because I pull them and put them on a cooling rack, put them back on, and let them kind of dry the butter off of them for about 10 minutes before I dunk them in sauce.
That's a good idea.
They were hitting like 186, 187, and I want them 190 to 192. And so I knew we were dead on. And so when I went to pull them out, sometimes I don't trim my tendons or any of that kind of stuff. I had 2 tendons bust out of 16. All the legs were perfect, everything. And so I, let them dry, and then I dunked them and put a little bit of that magic salt on them and put them back on the pit on the smoke setting and let that smoke attach to that sauce and pulled them out and built a box, and they were perfect.
So did you ever cover the pan? Did they cook uncovered?
I never cover the pan. It stays uncovered the whole time. That's how on legs you pop your tendons and they blow out, is when you cover the pan. If you don't cover the pan, the cooking process is a little bit longer.
And you got to keep them moist.
So you could get that hour and a half.
Yeah. So I'm going actually 2 hours. 2 hours is what I'm going total on legs. Total.
Because you're giving yourself that 15 minutes to get them on the rack, get them dried out, then get them glazed.
And if you're over 5 ounces on the legs, you want to go about 2.5 ounces. So
yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
You got half ounce.
Yeah, I mean that half ounce. Now, don't get me wrong. If you can buy a whole lot of chicken at once, and I've done this before when I had 4 contests in a row, I'd have what I call a trimming party, and Deborah Palmer's helped me with it, a good buddy of mine, and we would trim up 4 contests at once, and I could even get the weights even closer. But I mean, I have a whole vacuum bag full of legs now that I'm going to grill and char up probably, and have some chicken legs one night for dinner.
There you go.
I'm not going to waste them.
What temp did you run the Traeger at?
275.
The whole time?
Whole time.
Or do you dial it back when you're setting the smoke? Or just
only when I put the sauce on there.
you put it back down to like 225 so
I
you
put
get
it on
that
the
super
smoke
smoke.
set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What Traeger is that?
Well, that's what I was going to say. I was cooking on the old Pro 34, and I swapped over to the Ironwood 885, and I really like that grill.
Is that the new one?
Yeah, we got the downdraft system like the Timberline does and all that. It's got the insulated sides, and the barrel's not insulated, but I really like that for the chicken.
Is that the bigger one, or is that the?
It's the bigger one. Yeah, it's not the Pro model, the small one.
Yeah. And when you get ready to cook on that, do you just wheel it off on this new trailer?
Just wheel it off.
Is that the only category that you're cooking on the Traeger? Just
That's
chicken?
it, just chicken.
Man, I got to try those legs like that. I need you to come show me how to do it.
You did try legs.
We did them, but I did them on a drum.
Yeah.
And I did them kind of the way I did.
We covered.
I had Michael cooking them on a video, and they covered. And of course, tendons pop. I didn't really care about that. I just take scissors and trim it off where it pops. You can't tell what's in the box, but the cook was so much faster. I cooked them in like an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see where uncovered slows them down a little bit. Probably doesn't pressure them as much, and then you probably get a better bite.
Yeah.
Skin, your skin probably turns out a lot better. Not
I jacquard mine also.
So it stretches
most judges are going to bite on the top of that leg, the most pretty beautiful part. They're not going to turn it upside down.
And look, yeah.
Spinning the butter or whatever, because it's going to be a little bit lighter of a color since spinning that butter. And so, jacquarding, I think, kind of helps make sure the bite through skin as well.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It's hard to beat a leg. I mean, you see more guys cook them and do
Meat
well
on
with
the
them.
stick.
You do, yeah. Meat on the bone.
How long does it take you to trim them?
15 minutes.
Are you just weighing?
Minutes. That's it. Mostly weighing. So, I take a napkin. The key to the legs is when you grab it with your left hand, because I'm right-handed, take a napkin and stretch the skin down over it. And if it's got any kind of a joint knuckle hanging on the end of it, trim it joint off, and just trim the excess skin off where it's even. That's it. And if you never cover scissors, and if you never cover the pan, the skin's not going to shrink up. Everybody asks me, how do you get the skin to stay down? Well, just don't cover the pan. When you cover the pan is when the skin shrinks up.
Do you start out, do you pull it back in jacquard, or do you just jacquard right through the meat and everything?
On the skin, meat and all.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get it pulled up.
And I usually inject about an ounce in each leg.
Each side of the bone?
Yeah. I go around in about 4 spots, putting about an ounce of injection in. And then I dump all the legs in a Ziploc bag, and I make 32 ounces of injection, so I got 16 legs. So I usually got about 16 ounces left. So then I pour the rest of it over it and seal it up. And I do that on Friday.
So it's marinating in that injection.
So not only injected, they're also brining also all night long. And I mean, they'll squirt on you. They can't
be dry.
They can't be dry.
It's got enough phosphate to hold it in there.
That's what I was going to ask. That's got phosphate in it, what you're using.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Of course.
I can't tell you nothing else. So.
I think you pretty much gave it to us. Now I just got to do it.
That's it.
No, I want you to show me how to do it. I want to try it. I've got a Timberline sitting out there ready to go.
So, talking about barbecue trailers, you've got how long have you had your barbecue trailer, Malk?
The first contest we ever cooked with it was Fulton. I remember
have that.
But I don't remember what year it was. I'm going to say.
How old do you think it is?
2012 or 2013, maybe something like that. I think. So that's not that old.
It's
got a lot of hard miles.
You ought to do a raffle.
Just give it
You
away.
appreciate it enough on tax. You ought to do a giveaway.
It couldn't be worth much money.
No,
There's nothing wrong with that trailer. I don't know why
Nothing
you're so
wrong
hard
with
on
it.
it.
Nothing wrong with it.
It's just got
It'd be a good starter trailer for somebody.
Yeah.
Yes, it would.
the AC blows, it'll run you out of there. Why that keeps it cold AC? I mean, it's like
Yeah,
a
it is
water.
always cold. Everybody piles up on the beds and
It's
that.
got water.
It's had an axle recently replaced.
Both of them. It's got new axles underneath it, new tires.
Miss Candy Weaver took a door off for
I
you.
had to get that fixed. Yeah, that's the only thing. The gull wings on it, those things. That's the first part on those trailers that would start showing water damage because they're like metal on top of plywood. Well, water gets through there and they got a way to get out. So that's why on my new trailer, I want to go to a smaller window like you have.
Well, a lot of companies won't build a big window like that anymore because they're always gonna warp.
Yeah.
And give. You really don't want no more than a 3x5 window, in my opinion, 3x6.
Yeah, I want a small one on the back. I don't need it to open up that big. You just want to be able to open up enough to get some airflow.
That's it.
Did you put a smoke evac on yours or anything?
We did. We put instead of having a pipe that cookers to the roof this time or any of that, Tracy is doing a new deal he started a while back. We're using almost like an attic fan or a smoke evac, it's a bigger fan. And I was running that CTO and that Deep South. Well, the Deep South at night with it closed up. It never got smoky back there.
It
Sucks it all out, pulls it all out. So I really like that fact that I didn't have to pipe anything through the roof or out the side or anything like that.
What's your material back there? Is it diamond plate or
black diamond
so
plate?
it doesn't show smoke residue? So all you got to do is degrease it.
Smart,
That's it.
So what was the process of ordering this new trailer?
Well, I'm kind of different than a lot of people. I draw mine out myself. Kind of told Tracy what I wanted, and he put it to life in a 3D CAD drawing. And I kind of like, well, we need to move this, move that, and how many inches is this? And even though you draw it up on graph paper, still, the way they build it, you kind of need to know some inches. And really, the only thing that I would change in my trailer now that I've got it, I made my top cabinet a little bit shorter on the side I build my blind boxes on, where I could hang a TV. I didn't put a TV in this trailer, and I kind of wish I would have.
Yeah.
Gotta have ball game.
Well, I talked to him the other day. It's something we can go back and change, and I'm going to be going to the jig, and that might happen. I might leave early and go put a shorter top cabinet in it and put a TV in it.
Yeah.
So you're talking about lengthwise?
Yeah, lengthwise. I think I put a 8-foot cabinet up there, and if I'd have went with a 6-foot cabinet on the top, that I could put a TV beside it. About a 24-inch TV, a 32-inch TV somewhere at size.
Did you do the deep cabinets up top, or are they just the shallows?
They're deep.
You get full pan in them?
Oh, yeah.
Pretty close?
Yeah, I got full pans on them.
So you got plenty of storage in.
Yeah.
Plenty of storage, plenty of drawer space. Put a closet in it. Put 2 closets in it. One for my clothes.
Yeah.
We always, even your barbecue trailer, you set your bag in there and your clothes sitting on the bed or
in the way.
floor, in the
or
way.
hanging on a window or something.
Yeah, and so I wanted a little closet that I could hang my shirts up in, put the pillow in off the bed so nobody's getting on your pillow during the daytime or nothing like that. And so I've done all that to this trailer. Put storage in the V-nose part to where I can put a tent up there if I want to, my chairs or anything, like that. Way it's not on the inside of the trailer.
So when you say a storage, you mean like a cabinet door on the V-nose?
Yeah, I have a door on the outside of the V-nose
Yeah.
where it's squared off on the inside, but the V-nose part's storage.
Yeah.
So I put my cords out there, my water hose, that way nothing's piled up on the inside of the trailer.
Yep.
Nothing is clean on the inside.
So
You put all your cooking stuff in the cabinets. Did you
Um,
put a refrigerator in it?
I did not put a fridge in it, because it seems like fridges pull so much power, and they always, if you let them get cold and you don't leave them open, they mold
Yeah.
and all that.
So it's more about when you're not using the trailer. You got to keep it cooked up to shore power or something.
That's right.
Or you're always letting it cool off, and you're right, you're setting yourself up.
That's
Doing
right.
something. Have you ever
Well,
left
and it's
something
not
in
good for a
fridges?
fridge to be running and then you cut it off and then it kicks back on. Run, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I don't know. I didn't put a fridge in it.
You put full bathroom though, didn't you?
Oh, full bathroom, shower, toilet, sink, everything. Even put a closet in the bathroom this time to hold the towels and linens and all that.
So that's what we want to go to too in a trailer because we never have had onboard facilities.
It is so. You got to think if you're going to do 10 or 15 contests a year, 10, let's just say 10. That's an extra $1,000 to what? $1,250 in Porta-John rentals.
Yeah, it's always $135 usually.
Yeah, minimum.
Per
Sometimes
contest.
it'll be more than that, like $175, $185. Yeah.
And it's more or less to own. It's like real estate. You better have to own it instead of rent it.
Oh yeah.
You know.
And then you got the shower too. So
That
Then
shower
you're
is
not
so
using the
nice.
Porta-John.
After you throw chicken on, you know what I mean, and then got your ribs on and they're wrapped, and you throw chicken on at 9 o'clock, you've got time to jump in the shower before you really get into building blind boxes or anything, and you just feel refreshed. You know, that's the thing about it. You feel refreshed.
Gives you an edge.
Yeah.
What's the bed situation?
Do what?
What's the bed situation in your new?
So I put a fold-down couch bed in it, and above it I put a bunk bed that folds down off the wall.
Okay.
That way I got a couch to sit on during the day, but I can sleep on it at night. And if somebody's with me, like Austin or my son, or I don't see my wife crawling up there, she may not, want to do that. She said she would, but you can always blow up an air mattress and put in the floor.
Yeah.
As everybody leaves if you have to.
where'd you send her? A hotel?
If she goes, but she don't go to a lot of far off comps. But if we do go to a far off comp, yeah, she's staying at Holiday Inn. She's a Holiday Inn or Hampton Inn kind of girl.
Yeah. I don't blame her.
That's where
She likes that morning coffee,
Michelle refuses to stay in a barbecue trailer. She hadn't stayed in one. How long's it been?
I refuse to stay in this particular barbecue trailer. Well, it's an air mattress on the floor. There's no bathroom.
It's for one night. It's not like I'm actually going to live in it.
Shelly Campbell's get it.
They've got them too used to
I did it.
Like a bed.
Running water.
Running water, yeah. A toilet. What's wrong with Porta-John?
Well, and I made sure I put slide doors on this. I don't have doors to open up either. I put slide pocket doors
That's
to
smart.
the bathroom and to the back porch.
Oh, I like that.
So there's no waste going out to the back porch
Yeah.
and open up and you have to shut the door. I've got a pocket door that slides back and forth.
Is it a outdoor kind of door, like a glass door? Like patio door is what I'm.
No, it's built just like a trailer door, but
Okay.
I put a window in it.
So you can see, yeah.
Yeah, so you can see out it. It's a pocket door that
Yeah.
slides into the wall.
Man, I like that. Were those super expensive?
No.
What was your total cost on this new trailer?
Almost 35.
28.
Yeah.
That's about what I expect.
And it's got
Yeah.
solar chargers on the roof. It's got, electric jacks. It's got gas line run the porch to fire up a CTO with. Every amenity that I figured I could put on one. It's got all the gauges and stuff that shows you how full the water tanks are. So you're not guessing on how much fresh water, black water, gray water you got. All that. It's got all the newfangled, everything you can put on one. This trailer has it.
Did you do an onboard generator or you still using a Honda?
No, I still got a Honda
Is
7000.
that, what do you do, roll it up the back?
And I also put two 15,000 BTU air conditioners in that small space. And during the daytime Murfreesboro, it was about 92 degrees. So I turned on the other air conditioner, but I wired it up separately, where it's on a separate 110 circuit. So I can run the other part of the trailer with one air on a 110 if I got to. I don't even need a 50 amp.
So that eliminates having to bring a generator a lot of times. So.
It does, but you got to make sure it's a good 20 amp service to do that. It's better to plug into a 30 amp if they've got it.
Yeah.
And if you do, I do have a microwave in it in case I need to heat some barbecue sauce up for a turn-in. You just need to cut that one air conditioner off if that circuit's on to run the microwave, so you don't blow a breaker. But running both air conditioners in that thing will freeze you out.
Way to love that.
You can't run both of them at night.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Couldn't stay in there.
Have you ever had an RV?
No.
Yeah. You've always just had the barbecue trailer and a truck?
See, I've been looking at that too. A diesel RV to pull the Jambo. So,
They are nice, I can tell you. They
Yeah,
are really nice.
Oklahoma style.
yeah. That's what a lot of those guys are going to. They're going to RVs, pulling a stick burner.
It is, but then you still don't have anywhere for you. You got to whack that barbecue stuff in and out, or either pop
Well,
up.
see, that's my problem. Have you seen
So if
the
you're
ones that
gonna-
got the little cook area in the back? Like it's a
You
tow
can,
RV, I guess it's called.
and David Qualls has one. And Tommy Houston's got a new motorhome, and he's pulling a J3 behind it. And he's in the dilemma now where even having to pull out a pop-up tent because he don't want nothing in that nice of an RV. You don't want to be splashing barbecue sauce in there, spilling au jus on the floor or anything like that. And so
That's true.
I know that Southport done this. They had Southern Dimensions build them a little small 16-foot trailer. Got an 8-foot porch on it they put an outwall on the porch, and they got an 8-foot enclosed kitchen area.
So they pull that with the RV?
They pull that with an RV, and so when they pull up, all their barbecue stuff's in the trailer behind it, and they sleep and everything, shower in the RV. That way, none of their barbecue stuff's in there. So if I was going to go with an RV, I think I would buy me a small trailer and a porch model, cooker.
There you go, Shell. I didn't think about that.
And that way,
a barbecue trailer to go with the RV, get them matched.
That's right.
That's even a better idea. Heck yeah, you can pull it.
Look like Skinner coming down the road.
That's right, on tour. You only need it 10 times a year.
Well, that's my RV. You could do whatever you wanted to with it. None of your barbecue stuff was in there. You go camping, you
whatever
go
you want to do,
vacation, whatnot. You wouldn't have to. All your barbecue stuff was still contained in a barbecue trailer.
Yeah.
You might need to go.
The only problem I see with that is once you park that RV, like you're not going to run to Walmart at a contest, or you're limited in your mobility. You can get in a truck.
Uber.
Yeah.
Which the problem is you got Uber in some of these little towns we go to.
Murfreesboro. It's hard to find one up there.
They got it though.
Yeah, I had to call a cab last time I was there. You get Uber from Carbondale, from where the hotels were. When you got to Murfreesboro, you couldn't find any. You had to call the cab service.
What'd you have to call a cab for? I'm wondering.
Just being safe.
The hospitality.
I forgot my truck.
Where
he forgot where he parked it.
I forgot where I parked my truck.
I think that was Eric's problem tonight.
Was it?
Yeah. He hung out with us.
Oh,
it was Saturday night.
Yeah.
That, and do you know Cliff Lauderdale? Smoking Mud Duckers. He kind of new to NBA this year. He's a lineman there for North Central.
Okay.
He got first place pork. And,
awesome.
And he had a hotel room in Carbondale. He never went there on Saturday night.
He stayed out
He
there.
Celebrated too much.
Did you stay? Did you go to the hotel Saturday?
I went to the hotel, Saturday night.
Where'd y'all celebrate?
At 17th Street.
Oh, really? So it was a late night?
It was a late night. We got us a big table and several, probably dozen pitchers of beer and some wings up there, and just hung out and watched ball game and just talked and reminisced.
Did you get a pork steak?
I didn't, man. I ordered wings.
Gotta get the pork
They've got a
steak.
new pork burger with horseradish cheese on it.
Really?
And everything.
Was it good?
That was really good. But ordering the wings up there and told them to leave them on the grill to get a little bit extra char on them. We ordered, 4 dozen wings for the table, I guess. Those wings were incredible. I mean, incredible.
Their
They put
food
Buffalo
there's
Wild
really
Wings to shame.
Really?
Their food's really good.
Yeah.
I've had everything I've had there. I always have to get a pork steak, though. It's the first place I ever really had it that way. And every time I go back, that's the dinner I get.
It's
Usually get the turnip greens and the mac and cheese to go with it. God, that's good. I hate we didn't go. Michael was playing football. And we had a game.
You try to go every other year.
Yeah, I'll be there next year.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't make it last year.
Yeah.
And him and Waylon was there.
We had a big time, man.
We had a big time side by side.
Oh, we did pretty good.
I still have that image in my head of you standing out there and you thought nobody was watching. And we done gotten into the barbecue juice up Saturday morning.
Yeah, Jack Daniels.
Yeah,
KO Kevin, and then brought that half
and you
gallon.
tasted that chicken thigh and you said, and you threw it up under the truck.
I think I dropped it.
And I said, yeah, you did drop it. You kicked it underneath. And you looked around and you was like nobody was watching. I said, I seen that.
Oh, that was after a few 707s.
Yeah, I think you took the
we did good chicken there, though.
the breather off the Jack Daniels bottle, the carburetor. He said, we don't need that carburetor.
I threw that as far as I could throw it, too. That was when it was getting bad.
Yeah, it's always a good time. Always.
I had Waylon there driving back, though.
He keeps you under control.
He tries.
You can't keep him. Once he gets going.
Yeah.
Hey, we're cooking. We're not cooking. You're cooking something. I'm not. We're going to the water tower here in Hernando this weekend.
Going back to your roots.
Going back to the roots.
It's non-sanctioned.
If I wasn't going to Roval, I would.
You won't come out there and hang out.
I know I would. It'd always be a good time. Always.
We're doing it as post-Oak Malone.
Post Oak Malone. You know, the last time
We got the
I was
face
at
tattoos and
Water Tower
everything.
Festival, Jason Aldean played there.
Yeah.
That's the last time.
They've had some great acts. Luke Bryan's played there before. It's like when they first get started, before they know anything.
I've got a story off air about that one.
Can't talk about that on a podcast. We're still trying to keep our family rating.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's definitely not a family.
We need to do that barbecue podcast after dark.
Yeah.
Tell
Stories we can tell.
Those stories shouldn't be told, though.
There's some that don't. It ruin marriages and lives and everything else. People lose their jobs.
Some just do not. I'm not going to be in charge of putting them out there in the world.
You don't want to.
Way back in the day, yeah.
You could do the disguises, and we could just like pixelate the faces,
like that horse mask you wore, Traeger.
Yeah.
This one time at barbecue.
Okay, so if you are buying a barbecue trailer, maybe you don't have a lot of money, what would you suggest someone do?
Stay at home.
No, you can get a used trailer.
I mean, you can get a used trailer. A lot of people, including myself, flip those trailers every 2 to 3 years. Some people keep them,
for nostalgic reasons.
Well, this is a business for me, and so when you appreciate something so much, it's time to, move on and get something else for a tax write-off. From a business standpoint, but you can always go the cheaper route and go to a Freedom trailer. They're just not as quality built as a Southern Dimensions, and that's why I'm a Southern Dimensions man. And you dealing directly with the owner, Tracy, at Southern Dimensions. You're not dealing with a third-party vendor, like you would at Freedom. And
Somebody trying to mark them up, make them something on it.
You can go in their plant over there and do a plant tour. He'll send you progress of your trailer, pictures of it being built down the line. I mean, everything. And so it's just, so much well worth it. And, these days, cooking out of a tent, with the rain and the weather and the heat and everything else, if you're going to do more than 5 contests a year, you need to be looking into a trailer, in my opinion. It just saves you so much headache and heartache.
We started out just with a trailer that they call a shell trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It doesn't have anything on the inside. There wasn't even power. It just had cargo light. And that's what we used it. I like them because it gets everything you have barbecue wise in a spot.
Yeah.
And that way you're not, worried about putting it in the back of the truck or other vehicles, have it all scattered. You know where your stuff is. And you can get a smaller, in the 14 or 16 foot size trailers for just a couple grand. I've seen some of them $2,000 or $3,000. They're not that expensive to start.
You can. That's what we started into.
Yeah, and that's what I always recommend when guys are first talking about wanting a barbecue trailer. Really, you're wanting a trailer just to get your stuff to your contest, keep it all organized when you're at home. You got a place to put it to get you in that habit. Now, the rest of the comforts of it, that's up to you. And that's where you get expensive with them. When you start insulating them, you start putting ACs on them, you start putting water packages on them.
Bathrooms.
Yeah, all that. That's what gets the money up. But the real reason why you need it is so you got a good place to put your stuff at a contest and put it up when you get home.
Yeah.
Well, I can remember you used to wear yourself out unloading.
Oh yeah.
I mean, look at Memphis. Look at what we do for Memphis in May. All the many trips down there.
Multiple.
I would hate to know I was going somewhere out of town to cook that contest instead of being in town.
Yeah.
Or we can run back and forth to a storage unit or home or to a garage and grab something else. And it's just so crazy the things that we go for down there. And I'm going to simplify myself down there this year even more.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just going to go even more easier.
You got to, or you just kill yourself.
And the way trailers go, I think the main thing you need is what I would want to start out. If I had me a trailer to put my stuff in, I'd want air on it. I'd want some basic lights in it, and I'd want a water package on it.
It's kind of like your steak trailer.
Yeah, just like the steak trailer. And I think, I bought that one used. I think I gave $5,500 for it, which is, that's not bad for a 16-foot trailer. Had an awning on it. And it was Smoke Me Silly's old trailer before they stepped up. I saw Robert was selling. I said, man, I'm interested in that. And we use it for steak cooking because it's perfect to put all our grills and stuff in. But it'd make a great barbecue trailer,
so you can cook barbecue out of it, no problem.
Easy.
Yeah,
it's got everything you need.
We're tearing it up with that,
I mean, it has, because you got running water, hot and cold. I'm not trying to vent or anything out of it. It's got AC, to make it a comfortable place to work. And so with that trailer, it's got tie downs in it. You roll your grills up in it when you get where you're going, roll them out the ramp door, put the awning out, put your prep table outside if you want to, and you're ready to go.
That's it.
And so you could be as
and you can
simple as
sleep
that.
on an air mattress or swing chair if you had to.
Yeah.
You could put it's like Austin in his trailer. He had them put a folding. We could put a couch bed on something on a smaller trailer like that. I mean, it doesn't have everything. It doesn't have a bathroom and all that. And it doesn't have a ton of storage, but it has some cabinets. And
do you think about $5,000 is the cheapest you could get a decent trailer?
Probably that'd be about that. That's what I would be wanting to spend. Probably.
Yeah.
In the ball, you could start finding some decent ones in there for that.
And if you get it pre-wired and braced from the factory, you can put an air conditioner on it yourself for about $500 or $600.
Yeah, they're not. It's not hard to do, and they just sit right up on top of the
and a seal.
Yeah, right on the little vent that's up there. You just take that out.
Seal. Wired for $110. Not bad at all.
I mean, you run into a lot of the money when you're having them to do wiring and all that. If you buy one that's already has it done, you end up saving some money actually.
Yeah.
Same thing with the plumbing and stuff. It's more expensive to add all that after the fact than it is to get it from the factory.
The holding tapes underneath and all that, once the floor's into place and all that, it's just hard. It's hard.
So once you got your new trailer, how long did it take to get it wrapped and branded?
I haven't got it wrapped yet.
Okay, so it's just
I'm going to wait till after Ridgeland this week and carry it to the shop since I'm off the first week in October, and work on the design then.
Yeah. How long do you expect that to take, or how long did it take with your last trailer?
It won't take Justin but about maybe 2 days to do it.
Oh, really?
Once I figure out the design of it, it won't take him but a couple of days. He's really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
What was the lead time on build? Like from the time you told
He's usually about 12 weeks.
That's is that about average? I think, man, when we built ours, I know when I built years ago when we had ours done, it was an ATC trailer, and I think it's called South Georgia Cargo is what the kind. But it took them. We put our deposit down in like February and didn't get it till August. That was typical back then. I mean, it was you got to plan some time. It's not something you decide. Oh, I got the money to go spend one. I can go get one right now if you're getting a brand new one.
Well, that's the big thing about Tracy. He's got a big plant, and they're on it, as far as the welding shop goes. So when you put an order and put your deposit in, they're building the frame up pretty quick. And then it goes in the next phase of the shop, and the next phase, and the next phase. And the hardest phase is the finish area to where they're trimming it all out and putting all the options in it and all that kind of stuff.
That's what slows it down.
But they start building your cabinets over here because they know what size they're going to be once, they tell them. So that all they got to do is stick them in once they get it all insulated and wired and all that kind of stuff.
Did you go pick it up yourself, or did you have somebody?
I did go down and pick it up myself.
How was that experience? I mean,
I went by myself this time. And so I left from home about 8:30 one morning. And, it was last week before Murfreesboro. I left on a Tuesday. I made it down there, and he waited on me to get there about an hour after they closed. I picked it up, and then I drove another 75 miles back to Tifton and stayed the night. Got a cold beer and went to bed. Got up the next morning. I rolled over to Deep South Smokers and let them install a new smoker in it because Randall had built me another new smoker. And then I come home. I left Atlanta about 2 o'clock on that Wednesday coming home.
Did you sell your other smoker too, your Deep South?
Matter of fact, the guy's texting me now. I think I've got a guy from Florida coming to get it.
So you took it all. You didn't sell Mo any cookers?
No.
Yeah. Did you have the CTO put on there already?
Yeah, we mounted a CTO on.
Who did that?
Kobler Equipment.
In Olive Branch?
Yeah, we mounted it actually Wednesday before I left for Murfreesboro on Thursday. I was working cleanup Wednesday night until 8 o'clock before I went in the house. Between trimming meat, mounting cookers, loading everything in the trailer, ordered all new pit posse trailer accessories to be screwed to the walls, paper towel holders to the rub holders, everything. I put all that in there. Everything that I could, just getting the towels back in there, the linens and, bed stuff.
Yeah, you're starting at zero.
I started at zero. So, and I was by myself all week long doing it. And so I was wore out.
Yeah, you showed up tired.
I was tired before I got to Murfreesboro.
But you won. That's all that matters.
No, you won both.
How much money was that?
Almost $6,000.
Wow.
It wasn't as good as Springfest when I won both of them.
Yeah.
I think it was almost, about $8,600 at Springfest.
That was a big win. That was a really big win this past weekend.
It was. I'm still living on it. It's still pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
So how many more are you going to do this year?
I've got Louisville. I've got then I skip a week, and then I've got Cleveland, which is part of that barbecue battle. See who wins it, and whoever wins that barbecue battle gets an additional $5,000 on top of the belt. And then I've got Arlington, and then the last weekend of October, I'm kind of almost, if everything plans out, and depends on if I can stay ahead with work stuff, I might go do a GBA in Georgia that week. I've never done a GBA, and Milledgeville's paying $17,000 out that week.
17 grand?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's huge.
And it's pork loin, ribs,
Yeah.
and pork. And it's all blind, and when you make finals, it's blind again.
Do you resubmit a new blind box?
I need blind box. And so instead of the judges coming, there's 4 judges that set a table, and there's 9 entries, 3 rib, 3 pork, 3 loin on one table.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they open them up, and they judge them all right there on the table for the scores.
I've never cooked one of those.
I hadn't either, and
Is the pig jig that way?
No. It's still in BN.
Okay.
And so the pig jig's the next week. And so my theory was, Lonnie was like, I got a place for you to plug up. You can stay at my house. We'll go deer hunting. We'll kill some deer. We'll hang out if you want to come. You got somewhere to stay. And so I'm going to try to work it in my schedule where I think I do Milledgeville and then do the pig jig the next week before I come home, have somebody bring me my meat for the pig jig from the meat market over here and do that. But I just don't know if I can pull Milledgeville off or not. It's kind of going to be a last minute thing if I can.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's duck season. The time of duck season over. Change my zip code.
So there have any ducks?
I'm going to Arkansas.
Hopefully there'll be some ducks.
Yeah, I believe it will. Everything, I had a good hatch rate.
Better get cold, man. It's been too damn hot.
It's been super hot.
The winter's going to be like climate change has got us.
If not, you've been watching the news too much.
Watching the news too much, man.
If not, I guess I'm going back fishing. If we don't get cold.
I'm going deer hunting.
Well, do you have any new products coming out? Anything new on that front?
Hey, man, adjust that mic up. It's trying to slip on you. Loosen that dude up, and then bring it up to where. There you go. The crank on it. Got a little technical difficulty there, but it's all right. See if that don't sound better and feel better.
Yeah, how's that?
Yeah, there you go. I can hear you better now.
I do have a couple of new products. Like I said, I'm going to be dropping a chicken injection and a brisket injection coming up. But I've been working on, and it's finished now, and I've kind of drug my feet about the labels of getting it done on my citrus blend, which I took my everyday rub and added lemon and citrus to it, and a buttery garlic jalapeno. And so I've got both of those ready to go. Everything's been done. The spice company's waiting on me to send them labels, and I just kind of actually now need to go through and send them all the information to get the labels done. That won't take but about a week or so and do it, but I don't know when I'm going to launch yet. I'm kind of undecided at the moment.
Yeah.
Sounds like you got some good stuff in the works, though. I know that garlic butter jalapeno is good. The garlic jalapeno is good.
What are you going to call the citrus one?
I'm torn about it. I don't know yet. I don't know if I'm going to call it citrus blend or what. I don't know.
Is it like a fish and chicken type thing?
Fish, chicken, seafood. It's really good on vegetables.
Yeah.
Too.
Is it similar to that Traeger style vegetable rub that's got a little citrus, or the summer shandy or something?
I hadn't compared them side by side.
When I think of citrus ones, that's the first two come to my mind that I use.
Yeah.
I literally took my everyday rub and added citrus and lemon zest to it. Mm-hmm. That was it. Kept it simple, and it changed the flavor up dramatically. And it's so good on vegetables and chicken and fish and scallops and shrimp and all that. And we actually been using both of them together, the butter and garlic and all that on everything, and both of them are excellent.
I know the butter and garlic's got to be good on steak.
Yeah, that sounds good on anything. Those are some of my favorite things.
Are y'all working on anything new right now?
Yeah, we got some new different style. They actually supposed to ship today. I sent the BOL over to them. It's one's a Cajun seasoning, one's a jerk seasoning, and then one's like a Mexican seasoning, grande gringo is what they call it. So it's gonna be they ought to be ready to go next week.
And you're working on a brisket rub.
Yeah, I got a brisket rub coming too. I've been working on. I've been trying to dial it in. I've been working on my Texas style brisket on the Jambo. Think about got it where I want it anyway.
You got any new classes coming up?
Everybody's asking me about classes, and I don't know. I just guess I need to sit down. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I just don't know if I'm going to do another comp class. I really enjoyed the collaboration class we done together.
I got an email the other day. They want us to come back out to Arizona, so I told them I can get with you.
I'll definitely go back to Arizona.
Arizona was fun. I'd like to spend maybe an extra day out there this time.
Yeah.
Maybe going around and seeing some things. But
I'm all for any place we can fly without a connecting flight.
Yeah.
There's also Grills of Mississippi's building a new place.
Yeah,
he called me wanting to know about doing something down there. So I told him that I'm probably going to try to do something.
March.
In March, somewhere like that. But it's going to be like a collab thing. Because I think Jay wants to be a part of it, Tennessee Mojo, and Mark and Jamie too. So you may come in on that.
Yeah.
We'll go down there and see what those guys
do. A big weekend, multiple classes. Yeah. I think backyard classes are the way to go. They're more fun.
It is. I think it's a little more impressionable. And I'm not going to say I won't ever do one more comp class, but it's going to be narrowed down to maybe one a year.
Yeah.
If I do something like that, it won't be several a year like I've done in the past. I like doing like I said, collaboration classes and the whole backyard themed, where we're doing more stuff besides just chicken, pork, ribs, and brisket.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Just kind of showcase a little more.
Let you show what else you can cook besides the comp stuff. The comp stuff is great, but there's other stuff.
And honestly, not charging $500 to $700 for it. Let's keep it down to $150 or $200, and
where you come and eat some good. That's what I like about it. You come, you eat some good food. You learn how to cook some stuff that you normally probably don't cook, or just see what our take is on it.
Yep.
And people seem to really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that style of it a whole lot better.
It's fun for us.
Yeah. A whole lot less work too.
Yeah. Comp classes are tough.
They are.
They require, we typically have
2 days.
Yeah.
It's 2 days.
It's 2 days.
Planning and work too.
Yeah. You need a team of people helping, You got to feed people multiple meals. It's
hard.
Yeah.
To do it the way you like to do it.
Yeah.
Well, anything else that we got to talk about today, Shell? I see you handed me your paperwork. It's folded up. It is. We covered all the topics we wanted to talk to Heath about. Heath, you got anything else you want to mention while you're here?
No, anybody that I guess hadn't followed me, I'm at HEATH RILES on Instagram and Facebook. Give me a shout, and I'll try to answer best of your questions. You know how that is, getting hundreds of questions a day. It's kind of hard to get to everybody at once, and sometimes I'll sit down and spend all day trying to do that, and it's hard. And I appreciate everybody that's checked out my website and followed me and said all the good things and wished me luck over the weekend, and congratulations. I appreciate that.
Well, good luck to you down in Ruleville, man. Go down there and win that one this weekend, too.
Yeah, just
keep it rolling. While you got it on your side, man, keep it rolling.
Like Pat Burke told me, you got to ride that horse till she quits. And I'm going to beat that poor mare to death, I promise.
Go get you a belt.
All you got to do is lay it down and what you want. That's it.
He bought some graph paper the other day. And
he did?
Did I bring it to the office?
I don't know.
I don't think I did. I need to sit down with you and see what you think about my ideas.
Yeah, we can do it.
Well, if you'd like to connect with Malcom, it's HowToBBQRight at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. If you'd like to connect with me, it's Miss Southern Shell on Instagram and Twitter.
Hey, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us today. Heath, thanks for coming by, man. It's always good to see you. We'll see y'all next time.